second part no, of our non-Mendelian genetics, which talks about sex determination and sex linkage no, in humans. So if you can recall on your junior high school discussion, chromosomes are the genetic material no, that carry your genes and determine most of our physical and behavioral traits. Organisms vary in number of chromosomes they possess. So humans have 46 chromosomes in total, arranged in 23 pairs. So the first 22 pairs are known as autosomes, while the last pair consists of sex chromosomes. Of course, male XY, female XX. Okay, so half of all the male's sperm cells contain an X chromosomes, while other half contains the Y chromosomes. Okay, so yon. So there is an equal chance the zygote turns out either male or female. So there are three forms of sex-related inheritance patterns. So the first one is sex-linked inheritance. There are cases when traits unrelated to biological sex of an individual result from a gene located on an X or Y chromosome. Such genes are called sex-linked genes, while the process through which gene is linked to a sex chromosome is known as sex linkage. The allele attached to the X chromosome express the X-linked traits, while the alleles attached to the Y chromosome in males express their Y-linked traits. The Y chromosomes is much smaller than the as what you can see, no, than the X chromosome and carries very few genes. No, compared here, much longer yung genes na kinakarry niya kaysa dito. Any recessive genes attached to the X chromosome of a male individual will express themselves in the phenotype, since these genes or allele is unpaired, and thus cannot be either recessive nor dominant. Okay, so we have our mother sex chromosome right here and the father sex chromosome right here. So as what you can see, this will be passed on not to the offspring. So we have our female child here and the male child right here. So of course, starting with the mother will one of his eggs no will be passed on to her female child, and of course she will also contribute no an X chromosome to her male child. With regards to the father, the X chromosome will always be passed on no, to the daughter, and the Y chromosome to the son. Okay, not the other way around. So, yon. So, if ever merong condition dito sa X chromosome na to, the only carrier no, mapapasa niya lang ito sa kanyang anak na babae. And if ang Y chromosome naman yung problem, it will only be passed on sa male din na anak. Okay? So, the sons will inherit the X chromosomes from the mother. Yan. And the Y chromosomes no, in order to develop male characteristic. If the male parent carrying the X-linked gene, no, so for example, meron itong may something wrong dito, no? It is crossed with a female parent that is homozygous dominant for the same X-linked genes. Okay, so yan. If ever ito siya. So, this results in heterozygous daughter that carry the recessive X-linked gene. So, daughter yung maaapektuhan. The son, on the other hand, has a 50% chance of inheriting the X-linked trait from the female parent. So, si parent, since carrier siya ng X-linked genes, hindi niya din makukuha ito galing sa tatay. It's because Y yung mamamana niya kay father. Okay? So, the genetic disorder caused by sex linkage tend to affect the male population more often. So, in here, if a woman is a carrier of an X-linked recessive allele for disorder and her mate does not have it, so ito, the indication of if you are a carrier is the light blue, cyan, whatever. So, yeah, their boys will have a 50% chance, no, 50% chance, dark blue yung color kasi it's a chance lang of inheriting the disorder. Kasi hindi naman whole X talaga yung makukuha niya kasi Y yung isa. None of the girls will have it, but half of them are likely to be carriers as well. Okay? So, yon. Next, if a man has an X-linked genes naman, so ito siya, X-linked recessive disorder, and his mate doesn't carry the allele, so itong babae is wala, all other girls will be carrier. Kasi, ang isang X, no, naipasa ni father kay daughter. None of their boys will inherit the harmful allele. Only girls receive X chromosomes from their father. So, hindi sila maapektuhan. Okay? So, next is hemophilia, no? A disorder in which blood clots do not form properly because lacking of proteins, no? So, if you have hemophilia, there's a tendency to pass it on to their sons only, no? Who will acquire it as a dominant X-linked genes. So, son lang yung maapektuhan if maano nila yung X-linked genes. So, this situation is shown on the picture where a carrier mother, ito, carrier mother siya, no, passes the hemophilia gene to her son and to one carrier daughter. So, napasa niya sa son at carrier daughter. So, next picture shows a hemophilic father, no, and a mother without hemophilia. Yeah. Producing two carrier daughters who inherited the gene from the father. Kasi nga, si father yung carrier, so meaning, yung X niya is ipapason niya man sa dalawang daughter niya. So, big yung possibility na carrier silang dalawa. So, today, it is possible to extract the necessary clotting factor or protein molecules from donated blood. So, through donated blood. So, before, hindi pa masyadong yung blood transfusion. So, nangyayari is namamatay lang. No? Kasi hindi nga maka-form ng hindi maka-form ng clot pag mayroong mga sugat. So, this is a genetic diagram for the inheritance of hemophilia. So, again, we have our unaffected female carrier. Pero carrier siya, no? Small letter H. And unaffected naman male, no? So, non-carrier siya. So, as what you can see, yung carrier na, ipasa niya, no? Sa kanyang son. So, his son is hemophiliac, male, and a carrier. So, unaffected, unaffected, unaffected. Okay? Pero, of course, this daughter right here is a carrier. So, hemophilia rarely happens in females. For a daughter to inherit hemophilia, a double recessive allele of an individual must be expressed. Dapat, carrier si father, carrier si mother, para mag-express kay daughter. So, this happens when the father is hemophilic and the mother is either affected or even just a carrier. So next are example of sex-linked conditions in humans. So genes linked to Y chromosome occur only in males and are known as Hollandric genes. So such characteristics are passed on only from a father to a son. So meaning, sa Y chromosome, since Y chromosome will, kumbaga ang male lang naman na anak yung makaka-receive, so most probably lalaki lang din yung maapektuhan. An example of this is hypertrichosis of pinnae or the growth of tiny hairs in the ear. No? So this is, interesting. No? Next, another example Now is the sex-limited traits. So these are caused by sex-limited genes, of course. So these characteristics are expressed only in the presence of sex hormones and are observed in one sex of a species. But today's time, no, we can actually consume or have our body have more hormones, no, because of some medication, ano ba, medications. So, unlike sex-linked traits, sex-limited traits are controlled by autosomal genes, now the other 22 chromosomes that occur only or dominantly in either male or female species. So, for example, what do you call this? The beard, no? So, yung beard is of course, ano siya, tawag nito, nag-occur lang siya, no, sa mga lalaki, no? But, yun nga, as what I have said, there's a medication gonna take, no, na pangpadagdag ng testosterone. So, that's the reason why yung iba is nagkaka-beard din kahit female. And of course, for female naman, the breast, no, in the shape of the body. So, there are some males naman who are taking contraceptive pills, no, to boost or to have more female hormones, and that's the reason why they have boobs, no, nag-enlarge yung kanilang breasts. Pero yon, this is the sex limited trait. The third one is the sex-influenced traits. So it refers to autosomal traits influenced by sex chromosomes. So these occur differently in both sexes but more frequently in one than the other. So the Y chromosome is much smaller than the X chromosome and again carries a very few genes. So any recessive genes attached to the X chromosome of a male individual will express themselves in the phenotype, since this gene or allele is unpaired and thus cannot be either recessive nor dominant. So if a male individual possesses a dominant allele for the trait of baldness, then a female individual must carry at least two of these alleles to express the same trait. So these are the genotypes and phenotypes for blood type. So we're gonna be doing some problem solving as well for the blood types. Okay, so for blood type A, so it is represented by this, no, big letter I, no, with big letter A's, ganyan. And it is still blood type, though it has a recessive type O, no, yung ito, ganyan siya, big letter A and a small letter I, no, or AO. For blood type B, the same, big letter B's and big letter B and I. For blood type AB, so codominant ito sila, so A and B. Oh. And of course, ang recessive naman natin na blood type is the O. So ganito yung kanyang representation. Okay, so this is our first sample problem. So a woman with blood type A, no, take note, blood type A siya, whose father was blood type O. Okay, so from that, you can somehow conclude, no, na he is carrying kumbaga A and O, no, so heterozygous siya. Married a man with a type AB na blood. What will be the possible genotypes and phenotypes of their children? So, ang first na gagawin is determine the genotypes of the parents. So, there, since a woman is blood type A, and ang father niya is blood type O, so meaning, base dito, ano siya? So, A siya, blood type A, and ang kanyang father is blood type O. Okay, so, heterozygous siya. Ganyan. Yan yung father. And ang mother. And then, nag-marry daw siya ng man na with blood type AB. So, it will be like this. Okay? Next step is, maset up na tayo ng Punnett square. So, ilalagay natin sa taas yung kay mother, yung sa gilid naman kay father. So, with this, we're gonna have an offspring, no, with this percentage. So, of course, we have AA, no, blood type A, and this one is still blood type A, no, though carrying a recessive O, and then blood type AB, and blood type B, which carries the recessive O. So, yan. So, possible children, AA, AB, AI, BI. Possible children phenotypes, no? We have blood type A, blood type A, blood type AB, and blood type B. Okay? So, 2 type A, no? Yeah, 1 type AB, yon. So, yon. And, yeah. And when talking about percentage, so 50% A, 25% AB, and 25% B. So, ganyan siya. Okay? Since phenotype naman yung pinag-uusapan. Okay, so another sample problem. So, a woman, homozygous for blood type B. So, homozygous siya. So, meaning, saan siya dyan? Though, maliit masyado, pero I hope makita nyo. So, yan. Marries a man who is heterozygous type A. So, ito naman siya. So, magkatabi lang si 2 and 3. What will be the possible genotypes and phenotypes of their children? So, dalawa yung hinahanap, genotypes and phenotypes. Step 1, determine muna natin yung genotypes ng parents. So, ito nasabi na kanina. So, mom is homozygous B, blood type B, and si dad naman is heterozygous type A. So, next na gagawin is mag-set up tayo ng Punnett square. Lalagyan natin kay mom dito, kay dad naman dito. And this will result to this. So, according sa question, what will be the possible genotypes and phenotypes of their children? So, unahin muna natin si genotypes. So, we have here 2, no? 2 AB and 2 heterozygous B. Tama? And of course, ang ano naman natin, ang tawag nito, ang phenotype naman natin, 2AB and 2B. Okay? And when we talk about percentage of 50% AB and 50% B. Okay? So, ganun na siya kadali. Depende lang sa question kung ano yung hinahanap. Okay? So, if you have time, no, you can try this, no, sa bahay nyo. And, yeah, depende sa'yo kung ilalagay mo sa paper or i-comment mo sa video na to. Thank you so much for listening. So, here is the reference, no, for the discussion. Thank you for